Hello there, my YouTube friends and fans. Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Shadows. I am currently at the hideout here. I have added more stuff to it just because why not, right? For a long time I have kind of ignored this, but I've been finding so many great things on the way and I was like, why not make use of it? So here it is. Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It is crazy all the stuff that you can add, and I'm always wondering, being a Fallout 76 player, how much budget do you actually have for this base? I don't know. I have obviously not reached it yet. Well, look at all this stuff. I got like this pond here with a deer made out of stone, and I got like all kinds of animals like birds and rabbits, and I even have a cow, dogs and cats and whatnot, and it seems like you can add a lot more. Here is the forge. I made all mossy ground because that's what you see a lot in Japan. Love it. It just kind of gives you this like peaceful feeling. Back here I have some sort of a garden. It's kind of like a work in progress for now. So some sculptures and some chopped wood. I just thought it added some warmth to it. I got lots of different trees and lots of different lights going on. I made this path here because I really like this like flagstone path, and then that leads into more like of a sandy path. And then this leads to the study, and then back there I have also a tea room that I recently just added. I still want to add a dojo. Look at the rabbit, isn't he cute? I want to add a dojo and a gallery. I'm really curious about the gallery, so because right now I really don't have any room to hang all those paintings that I have or made. And then back here, there's plenty of room, I'm sure, for those two buildings, and we have some space on the other side of this house here. I upgraded the roofs. Here's my cow, by the way. It's actually smaller than I expected. It's like a smallish cow, but yeah, it's kind of windy and chilly right now. I think it's fall. I'm not sure, or early spring. I don't remember anymore when I recorded this. But anyway, I tried to kind of organize this and make this more normal than just kind of dumping everything I have onto the ground, which would have been like a crazy unrealistic mess. I still think it's a lot, but so far I still seem to have budget to add more, which is really cool. So once in a while I make a pause and just come here and build a little bit. But most of the time I'm just out exploring. But anyway, about 60 hours into the game, and I was always wondering, when do you actually unlock Yasuke, which I learned how you name his name, not Yasuke, it's actually Yasuke in Japanese. And yeah, I was like, that's kind of interesting. I'm still playing as Noe, and I wonder, there's this big fuss about him, and he's not even here. And then some people were telling me, just keep playing the missions on the big wheel, which is this one, and you will eventually run into the mission that will bring him in. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I'm just gonna keep playing. So I started this mission, not knowing that this was actually the one that finally brings Yasuke in. And there's some things you have to do first, and then you get to this location and you have to fight this guy called Oda Nobunaga. And I actually wasn't even recording at first because I didn't know it was such an exciting mission. Just halfway through this fight here, I was like, this is such a cool scene, I have to record it, just even if it's just for myself. And I'm glad I did, because I thought maybe some other people may just want to see how you unlock Yasuke. And maybe also for those who struggle with this fight, which could be possible, I thought it wasn't too hard, but I'm also using the Kusarigama here, the Death Whisper Kusarigama that is. And I upgraded it just before this to rank 22. Not even knowing that I'm actually gonna face a boss fight. I just was like at the base, as you saw at the beginning of this video, or at the hideout. And I was like, oh my god, my weapons are like 5 ranks lower than I am. It's probably time I'm gonna go upgrade my weapon. I do this like so rarely, which I probably should do way more often, and I'm so glad I did it just in time, and I'm sure this helped a lot with this fight. And you know, as you know, if you play other games, you know, where you rank up like this, like Elden Ring for example, it's always better to just kind of take your time and upgrade your gear and everything before you actually face some of the higher ranked enemies. Otherwise, it's just going to be a lot harder. And there's no reason for things to be super hard. At the end, it's got to be fun, right? And fun it was, for sure. And we finally got him. And there he is! Yasuke! Look at him! Yeah, I am playing this in Japanese, which is really recommended for best immersion because the voice acting in English is really bad. So I'm not going to show you whatever happens after this because that's just a lot of spoilers. But we are getting into another fight. So if you don't want to see the next fight, you can skip ahead to about 12 minutes. Yeah. So here is me playing now as Yasuke. It's been a while since I played as him. And I'm kind of realizing that I am actually using the movements that I have gotten used to with Noi. So he's not really kind of meant for those fast movements, but he does pretty well, I have to say. I have to definitely get to know his character and his strengths and weaknesses. But this guy, this boss here, is not only extremely fast, has got a lot of tricks up his sleeves. He's throwing like 3 stars at once at you. Stars or knives, I'm not really sure. That could really get you if you don't pay attention. I had to do this fight twice. The first time I did it with the HUD turned off. And so like when I was like 95% done, I turned the HUD on and I got super nervous because I was like, I cannot screw this up now because I only have like 5% left. I'm done basically, and that didn't help me because I didn't pay attention, and of course he got me with his stars. And I was so mad. I was like, no, because it's a pretty long fight. I don't know how you can make this fight faster, unless maybe you wait until like much higher ranked, but at this point I was like rank 23. So I'm not sure what kind of rank this guy is. But he's definitely tough, and the longer the fight drags on, the harder it is to focus. At least for me, I'm not young anymore, and when I have to like do something that's hard for a really long time, I just get mentally tired and I kind of just want to stop. Of course, you can hit the pause button, take a break, look away from the screen and then come back. That helps. But I just wanted to get it done. I'm like a person who just likes to jump into the cold water and just get it over with. And I don't really know what kind of weapons Yasuke has. I mean, I have all legendary and epic weapons with Noi, like really, really good weapons. And, you know, I know what rank they are and all the trinkets I have and everything that I have, the buffs that I use. And with him, I have absolutely no clue, so I'm not even sure, you know, how good those weapons are or how to best use them. But it seems like he just has a long katana, and then he has a tanto, but probably not epic or legendary, because I just started playing with him, so I assume he just has the regular stuff. So I'm, of course, extra careful because otherwise I would have to do this over and over and over, and I hate nothing more than doing boss fights over and over and over. So, you know, I've learned from Elden Ring to just be super patient and just not rush it, because then usually you can do it in 1-2 tries. Wait, maybe not in Elden Ring, but here, definitely. Yeah. So, just, you know, I'm getting tired here, so I'm kind of like done with the jumping around. What I'm basically trying to avoid here, or when he throws stuff, because you never know when that comes flying at you. And so if you keep moving, it's much harder for him to actually hit you. So, of course, yeah. And I look really silly because I don't think a samurai moves like this. Oh my god. Well, look at that. I'm getting to the bottom again. I mean, I was lower than that before. Easy, without even having any HUD on. And wow, that went so fast at the end. All of a sudden, he was down. Man, I was so glad. My thumbs were hurting. So I'm not going to show you what happens after this. There's quite a bit happening after this, and I don't want to spoil too much for you. So let's just skip forward. And now I am ready to select to play as him or to play as her. And since I literally just bought a brand new horse for her, I want to continue playing as her and then later switch to play as him. I also gotten so used to play as her that it's gonna be harder to switch because I've gotten really good with her. I'm not so sure if I'm gonna be good with him, but there may be situations where he might be much better. So I'm just gonna play it by ear. But look at his horse. How awesome is that? Switch characters. Play stealth as Noe or fight as Yasuke to take advantage of their strengths. If one character is wanted, switch characters to stay anonymous. That definitely makes a lot of sense. And now we finally have some quests for Yasuke, which is awesome. You can play as him, you can do the quests as him. But I also found out that you can do the same quests as Noe. And that gives people the option to choose, which I think is awesome. There's really nothing to complain about it. If you don't like Yasuke or Yasuke's playstyle, just continue playing as Noe. I definitely will play both characters because I want to have the full experience, but having the freedom is just fantastic. Yeah, I really like this new horse. Check it out. He's like black with white, and he has also white socks, which is really cool. I love the saddle. It's like the same saddle as I had before, but more like in silver and blue than in like reddish and oranges and stuff. And he has like a different harness, but I just think he looks really cool, doesn't he? And oh, this boy is so fast and so steady. It's amazing to have him. I'm really, really happy I got him. I don't know anymore where I found him, but yeah, he's great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, happy gaming. Take care. Bye-bye.